guys, this is Comicino, and today I'm doing a review for the Arrow, and this is the episode Suicidal Tendencies. So let's start talking about this episode. This is the return of the Suicide Squad, and as you guys know, I am not a big fan of the Suicide Squad on Arrow. I think it's actually one of the worst episodes of Season 2 was the Suicide Squad episode, and as much as I love Diggle, I think he's a great supporting character. I never felt he could hold his own episode. So I was very hesitant about this episode. Also, another negative going into this episode is that I love Ray Palmer. I think he's a great character. As you know, I think he's pretty awesome. I really like Brendan Routh as Ray Palmer. But I think he's been kind of a negative side of the season because there's just so much story going on. Are we as interested in Ray and his Iron Man suit, or the Ra's al Ghul stuff? And I think it's been a hard balance for Season 3. So those have been, two problems of Arrow. So mixing it all in one episode, how did I feel? So yeah, this episode was Diggle and Lila getting married and having to go on a mission right after. And by the end of the mission, Deadshot sacrifices himself, I guess just because of his wrongdoings, and he wants Diggle and Lila to be happy. Diggle wants to quit Team Arrow. He doesn't end up quitting Team Arrow because Lila ends up quitting Argus instead. It was a really weird transition, but they do that. And then we get to see that the Atom finds out that pretty much everyone's secret identities, especially Oliver's. And by the end, he understands Oliver's point of view, and he actually starts to protect the Arrow, saying, no, he's not the killer. He's being framed for all these murders. And of course, Captain Lance does not want to believe this, but by the end of the episode, we get to see a cliffhanger where Felicity might die, which we know she probably won't. But at least she might get shot. We don't know what's going on with Felicity. But she probably won't die. I think that's a definite that Felicity won't die, but she might get hurt. Oh, actually, we know Ray gets hurt. Just made the connection here. Ray pushes Felicity to the side probably because there's pictures released where Ray's in the hospital and Felicity's mom's like, oh my god, Ray. So just connected the dots there. Ray's probably pushes Felicity out of the way, and then that makes Felicity even more happy, and that's why they love each other, because they protect each other and they work as partners. And that's been a big theme in this episode. So what do I think overall? Let's start talking about the positive first. I thought the Atom part of the episode was pretty good. Was it as good as the Ra's al Ghul stuff? No, but you get a mix of Ra's al Ghul well enough, even though Thea was not in this episode at all, except she danced with Roy, which was great, but she had no lines in this episode. But yeah, with the Atom stuff I thought was good. I like the way they're kind of balancing this love triangle. I kind of like this way they're balancing the love triangle between Ray and Oliver. It just, everyone's pretty much in character with that love triangle. I like that Felicity's starting to be happy and she's able to balance the relationship she has between Oliver and Ray. And again, I like Ray as a character. I just still don't know how he's fitting in this series where there's so many plot lines. And I think it worked for this episode because they concentrated so much on him. But for other episodes, he still feels like that sore thumb in the show. But he's still a good character. He just might be better on a show like Flash than on Arrow. And he's still too much of a lookalike of Iron Man. And the powers are Iron Man. He needs to become more Atom before the end of the season. And I think that will improve his character a lot more too. And that's pretty much it. The Suicide Squad stuff I really didn't like that much. The flashbacks were cool with Deadshot. I did like that. Because they're trying to go to his end, but it's also didn't make me love his character, and Cupid I really don't like at all, so her being in this episode was just really annoying, and I felt like it was just total filler. Yes, it did progress the story a bit for Diggle, kind of having his own mind frame, but as I said previously, I don't feel Diggle can hold his own episode, and I think it proves in this episode he can't hold his own episode. They took too much time on the Suicide Squad stuff. I got really bored really quickly with that story, and there's just a lot of different story plots I wish they expanded on instead, I wanted more Laurel, I wanted some Thea, more Roy, and this episode was kind of a disappointment. I felt like this was an episode where I was like, I kind of want to go on my phone, and that's always a bad sign, and usually for Arrow, those last 15 minutes, you're for me at least, I'm always like, oh my god, I don't want it to end, oh my god, what's gonna happen next? This episode didn't feel that way. It ended, I'm like, oh, cool cliffhanger, but I didn't feel that intense moment in the last 15 minutes, like, oh my god, can they squeeze everything in? Because they kind of didn't squeeze everything in, because there wasn't that much here in this episode. I thought last episode was a lot better. So yeah, I was a little disappointed with the Suicide Squad one, but at the same time I wasn't expecting much, and maybe with the Atom story we got a little bit more than expected, but Suicide Squad, kind of what I expected. It was a bit better than the last Suicide Squad episode, but still, I stopped with the Suicide Squad episodes. So that's my opinion on the episode. I was a little bit disappointed, but let's see next week. Next week looks really good. It seems like it's going to be going back on track. So, hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.